Why are estate sale prices so damn high when there's barely anyone in the room to buy? In this video, we're breaking down exactly why estate sale pricing is so insane, especially here in Texas, and what needs to change. I'm gonna show you how estate sale companies really set their prices, what they get wrong by relying too much on places like eBay and Facebook Marketplace, and how local demand should actually drive the pricing. We'll talk about the difference between, say, personal buyers and people like myself, resellers, how foot traffic affects value, and what a smarter pricing strategy really looks like. Whether you're a reseller hunting for deals or someone running estate sales, this video is going to give you real solutions to make more money and move more inventory. And why? Because Resellutions gives you real solutions. Estate sale companies, specifically here in Texas, use a blend of factors when they price items, and when it's done right, it works. But when they lean too heavy in one direction, usually eBay, that's when the problems start. Here's how the pricing game typically goes. They look at the item condition. If it's in mint shape, they price it high. If it's beat up, they drop it a bit. Then they check market demand, but a lot of the time they're off because they're not watching what's hot in the region now. Then there's regional preferences, because what sells fast in Austin might sit in Houston. Company strategy also plays a big role. Some want everything gone, others want to squeeze every last dime, and that definitely affects pricing big time. But the big problem is that they go online, they check eBay and Facebook Marketplace, and they comp prices from there. They'll search for vintage Pyrex mixing bowl and see that one sold for 75 bucks, then slap that price in the bowl right in front of them without even checking the fine print. Was the bowl pristine? Did it include shipping? Did it actually sell or just sit there for 6 months until someone lowballed it? That's the part they miss, and it's a huge deal. Let me give you a real world example. I once walked into a local estate sale in San Antonio where they had a used, Keurig coffee maker marked at 80 bucks. No box, stain, just looking nasty. I told the person running the sale that you could buy the same model brand new at Walmart for 60 bucks. Their response? Oh well, on eBay someone sold one like this for $89.99. Yeah, but that one had the box, was listed as barely used, and the seller had free shipping. This one was crusty and sitting on a folding table in someone's freaking garage. Nobody bought it. It was still there on the last day of the sale, marked down to 50% off. But by then, everyone had already passed on it. That's what happens when you copy prices without using common sense. Look, let me be very clear. I use eBay every day and I make money off eBay. I'm not saying it's useless, but using it as the main pricing tool for a local estate sale is like trying to measure a foot with a yardstick. Yes, eBay and Facebook Marketplace give you real-time data and let you compare similar items and show you what people across the country are paying. But that's also the problem. Those platforms have a massive audience with buyers from all over the country, maybe even internationally. And that right there inflates prices, because someone in, say, New York City might pay $100 for something that someone in Waco wouldn't touch for 40. And a lot of the times you also can't account for the condition of the item accurately just by looking at the online photos. And most important, eBay listings sit for months, sometimes even years before someone actually buys. That is not how estate sales work. You've got 2, maybe 3 days tops to move everything. And if your prices are based on eBay, you're gonna be sitting on a whole lot of unsold shit by the end of the weekend. Now let's talk about the buyers. You've got 2 types walking into estate sales. First, the regular shopper looking for something for themselves. Maybe a piece of furniture, maybe kitchen tools, other things. Then you've got resellers like me looking for profit. If you price only for the first group, you're missing out on the repeat customers who are ready to drop big cash on volume. Resellers are not your enemy. They're your best customers if you treat them right. But when I walk into a sale and see that every item is at eBay retail, I already know that they don't want my business. If I ask for a bulk deal and they say no, firm price, I walk and I don't come back. But if they say, yeah, take the whole box for 80, I'm loading up and probably hitting their next sale too. Estate sales that work understand this balance and price with both types of buyers in mind. Now let's take a look from a different perspective. If you're running an estate sale and a buyer comes up to negotiate, here are some tactics that will actually help you close the deal without giving everything away. First, be willing to listen. If someone makes a reasonable offer, don't just shut it down automatically. Say something like, I hear you, let me see what I can do. That opens the door. Second, know your bottom line. If you got a table you marked at 100 and you really need at least 75, don't be afraid to say that. Say something like, I can't do 50, but I could work with you at 75, especially if you're taking more than one thing. Third, offer bundle deals. If a reseller wants 5 items, say, I can do all those for 120 instead of 150. That little bit of flexibility goes a very long way. Fourth, build relationships. If someone's clearly a regular buyer or reseller, tell them, hey, I'll make it worth your while if you keep coming back. Now you've created loyalty and repeat business. Let's get into another truth that a lot of sellers ignore. Estate sales don't get the traffic that eBay or Facebook Marketplace gets, not even close. Online platforms have thousands of eyeballs every day, and the listing can sit there forever waiting for the right buyer. Estate sales have a limited window and limited crowd, so you've got to price accordingly. That means setting prices 20 to 30% lower than you would online. That discount reflects the smaller buyer pool, the lack of shipping, and the urgency to move items fast. When you factor in that estate sales are local and buyers are hauling stuff out themselves, it just makes sense to drop the price a little bit. I've seen estate sales hold firm on eBay pricing, and 3 days later, they've got half their shit still sitting there. Meanwhile, the smart companies price with urgency, and guess what? They sell out. Now, maybe you're a buyer like me and you want to talk to an estate sale company about their pricing. Don't be rude about it, just be real. You can say, hey, I get that you're using eBay and Facebook comps, but those platforms have a bigger audience and different buying power. This is a local sale with local buyers, so pricing has to match the local market. You've got less traffic, less urgency, and buyers who need to walk out with their item today. That means that you need to be a little flexible. You can also say, look, if you want to clear this out, I'll take the whole table or the whole shelf, but not at these inflated prices. And here's the thing, a lot of estate sale runners will listen if you come at them respectfully and make a solid offer. They're there to sell, not to hoard inventory. And this is for the estate sale companies. What's the solution? Here's a smarter way to price estate sales. First, check online platforms, but don't stop there. Use local classifieds, auction results, and your own past sales to set a definite baseline. Second, price with the clock in mind. You've got 72 hours max, so you better make that first impression very much count. Third, use tier discounts, which is actually the norm. Day 1, full price. Day 2, 25% off. Day 3, 50% off. It builds urgency and drives return visits. Fourth, bundle pricing. If someone wants to buy 5 items, give them a deal. Push volume over margin. And fifth, read the crowd. If your sale is attracting collectors, price accordingly. If it's mostly locals looking for deals, adjust. Flexibility is okay. And that's it, everybody. If you made it this far, you're either serious about running a better estate sale or you're a reseller sick of bad pricing. Either way, now you've got the tools. This isn't about complaining, as you know I don't do. This is about educating and making the whole game better for everyone. Helping estate sale companies price smarter, helping resellers negotiate better, and helping regular folks walk away with a deal. So the next time you're at a sale and you see a cracked vase listed for $85 because one like it sold on eBay, you'll know exactly what to say. Drop a comment below and tell me the worst pricing you've ever seen at an estate sale. I want to hear all the fucked up stories. To continue supporting the channel, you can always send your thanks with the thanks button down below. You can buy a Resellupe to add value to the photos you're already taking. Better photos means better sales, plain and simple. And you can become a member of the Resellutions Posse for less than gas station coffee and get access to other content that nobody has access to. As always, give this video a like, share this with anyone that needs to see it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already so you don't miss awesome videos like this. See you in the next one. Peace. And cheers, everybody. And look, everybody, I'm trying to do things differently. Most other YouTubers, most other channels, they only focus on me, us, which is resellers. But what if we include everybody in it? The customer, like the regular customer, us resellers, and people that are selling stuff as well. If we all come to a consensus, it makes the market work way better. It really does. I really truly believe that. This is why I have very good contacts with estate sales, because I have sat and talked to them after I spend money. And I tell them, look, I understand your pricing. I understand your margins. I understand what you're trying to do, and you need to make money for your family. And so do I. Why don't we come to some agreement? And guess what? Every single time that I go, oh, hey, it's Damien, how you doing? And I get deals when nobody else is getting them. Why? Because I'm respectful and I understand other people. We're all human beings and we're all trying to do what's right for us, but we should also want to do what's right for them. When we do that, when we put each other together, when we try to make fair deals for one another, everybody wins. Okay, doggos, quiet on the set.
I'm a little Babatito, this is Sleeps.